Oh, boy.
4 hours, 50 minutes to go.
That's not right. It's 3 hours, 50 minutes. Yeah, that bummed everybody out.
Adam forgot how to count.
Here we are in the last 4 hours. I feel crazy right
Yeah.
now.
Home stretch.
How are
I
you
thought
feeling?
Dude, well, you know,
some corn.
I passed out on here in the studio, started passing out, left. I thought I was, like, going to wake up and see, like, the Hellraiser guys, and, like, that I was done. But I'm fine now.
My vision is all moving with my pulse.
Is it really?
Yeah, so everything is kind of like...
That's
like,
crazy.
that's what I see.
I'm worried about stopping because I've been going.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about stopping, and then I'll start to feel everything. I feel like right now I'm the coyote that's run over the cliff, and I just can't.
Don't look down.
You don't want to hold up the
Down,
sign that
yeah.
says,
Don't
oh,
look
no.
down.
Let's give it
Phil-
up for Sam
Phil,
for
Chris,
pulling
how are
through
you
over
guys?
here.
No more hallucinations.
Hey,
that's
all
good.
right.
I'm doing the pulsing thing that you're doing.
You are?
And also some colors are coming into.
Oh, really? I'm not there yet.
Well,
And crow hair too is appearing.
Crow hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should thank Sam. Great
We
job
solve some stuff while you're
for manning the desk while I was gone for
Solve
an
gun
hour.
control.
You solved gun control?
Yeah.
So what was the... Okay, before I jump into that, let me just talk about this for a second and explain to anybody who might just be tuning in what's going on here. Hi, my name's Trevor Moore, and this is a Trevathon. We have been on the air since midnight, so that is... it's over 20 hours now.
Right, we're entering hour 21, right?
Yeah, so we're entering in hour 21. We have been on the air straight for over 20 hours.
Oh.
And we're getting a little loopy here. So what we've decided to do is we're doing this until my new comedy special comes out, which is at midnight. At midnight tonight, my new special, The Story of Our Times, comes out on Comedy Central. Please, everybody, watch it. It's very fun. We have a whole lot of new music videos in it. There's a lot of comedy. A lot of cool guest stars stop by. And but we're going to be on the air until that premieres at midnight. And what we're doing with our time is we're trying to solve every single problem that the world has. And that's what we've been doing. Yeah. Yeah. You know, you often hear people talk about, all the issues in the world, and they say a conversation needs to start somewhere. We need to start having a conversation with each other, and I think that's what this show has been, and that's what this show will continue to be for the next 4 hours. This is the conversation that we're trying to have, and we have had a lot of accomplishments along the way. We solved the Middle East problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's huge.
was a big
Yeah. We solved, I'm not going to go into all of them, but we solved racism. That was big. We also talked to the disembodied spirit of Abraham Lincoln,
Right.
who visited us. And
We talked to a lot more ghosts when you left.
Oh, I haven't even heard about that. But he gave us the approval on our fix for racism. We fixed obesity. We fixed the problem with religion. We sort of fixed illegal immigration. We fixed taxes, and the list goes on. And I haven't been here for about the last hour and a half, and Sam was kind of running the desk. So thank you very much, Sam, for doing that. So what happened when I was gone? What did you guys solve?
We talked to Charlton Heston.
Really?
We talked to Thomas Jefferson. We talked to Howard Hughes. He was not so. About planes.
The
So
Wright brothers did not want to talk.
yeah, they were.
Really? What? Who is the coolest of them?
I want Charlton Heston. I think was the most willing to talk. But so where we got to on gun control was really expensive bullets, ban on assault weapons, and universal background checks.
That was the key to gun control?
Yeah.
All right, say it again, because I wasn't paying attention.
Really expensive bullets, really expensive ammo,
Really expensive ammo.
ban on assault weapons,
Okay.
and universal background checks.
Okay. So that was the solution. Did you
I
run
think
that
it's
by?
a pretty good one.
Did you run that by a ghost?
Yeah, Charlton Heston was for.
He was
all
for
those
it.
Really?
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's he really helped us get there.
Yeah, wow.
Because he was very anti-gun control.
Right.
in
Alana
his
also
life.
really helped. Alana Johnston from
Yeah.
your special, and then we had a lot of ideas going into the air travel, and we had this man. His name was Manny Valentine, performing the open mic, and what we came up with is a Manny Valentine for all airports.
He sang the sequel to "I Left My Heart."
Yeah,
in
he
San
sang it.
Francisco.
Yeah, it was a great song.
Okay.
You really missed out. I'm
sorry.
Ask Mike Diva about it. He loved it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Guys,
yeah. So that's
I mean-
where we are right now.
Chris and Phil.
It was great.
Who's the open micer that you brought up here?
Well, I think this will all be available online, so I'll scroll back and I'll watch the stuff.
You
that I
got
missed.
it.
Okay, so let's see. We're already 17 minutes past the hour, so we have to get moving. What should I do first here? Am I gonna? Let's bring in our guest. That's what we're gonna do right now. Also, if you're watching, give us a call 1-833 Trevor 1, and we'll try to talk. We're going to try to talk to more of these phone calls as we're getting into our last 4 hours here. And also, there's a Reddit AMA that Sam is operating right now, and you can ask questions on there. And my Twitter is iTrevorMoore at Twitter, and you can ask questions there. And yeah, right now we have a special guest. We have a special guest here with us today, and Megan Nuringer. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh, how are you?
I'm good.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I have some comments here that says Trevor looks very confused. And Trevor has good friends that they come out and stay up and entertain people for 24 hours on a live stream. That's a very nice
How
comment
many eyes you got on
of
this?
people. And then somebody said that the expensive bullet thing was ripping off a Chris Rock routine.
No, I mean, it was something that a caller said, and we were all like, "Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a good idea."
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Not ripping off
don't
Chris
jump
Rock
at me. I'm just
routine.
telling you what the comments are.
An
Yeah.
idea is an idea.
Probably the same person used to cover their track.
We
Megan-
weren't like, "Hey, here's a bit we got," and did a cool 10 on it.
Megan, how are you? How much sleep did you get last night?
You know, I have been sleeping real good.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah,
What's that
I've been, you know, my sleep hygiene, because it is hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of your hygiene. My sleep hygiene has been really tremendous. Full 8 to 9.
Oh my God.
9 to 12
God.
hours.
Sure. That's
16
amazing.
hours of
Oh,
sleep.
man.
I've been
What?
sleeping. I've been sleeping.
I think we're I
good
think
for
I'm
you.
somewhere around 36 hours or more.
Awake?
Probably 40. Yeah, because I also it's not like I just woke up here. You know, I was awake like the whole day before. You know, I was starting the show.
What's the legal limit? You
Just
know, for
to
the
be
turnkey
awake?
defense, the legal limit.
To-
Until you're allowed to commit a crime,
Oh, I don't know. That's a good thing to find out.
Yeah.
right? Like, what's
Yeah.
the limit until then you're
Can-
allowed to commit crime?
Yeah, can we do something? Are we there yet?
Yeah, I have a lot of. I have.
Can we knock over an ATM or something?
I wish we had, like,
we have a comment here. It says
figure it
"fix cucks."
Fix
Fix
cucks.
cucks.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Let the cucks be.
I don't think they're broken. They're watching their wives have sex with people. They're good.
They're fine. They
It's
got
a-
it.
Is it that kind
Okay,
of
we're
stuff or
going
the
to
other
introduce the subject of the hour. Sorry, we're all.
No, I don't mind. I love this.
Oh.
Oh, great.
I
okay.
love this.
Here is the subject of the hour. Yeah, the artificial intelligence.
Oh.
Oh, I got a question on the AMA that ties into this.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Is my computer just became self-aware a sequel to High in Church?
It is, actually. If you look at it structurally, the same things happen in the same kind of place, and then at the end I talked to some sort of higher power kind of thing. So I did. I thought of it as a sequel to it. Somebody picked that up. All right. So what do you think about AI, Megan?
It's terrifying.
Really?
Yeah, isn't it terrifying? It's
Yeah, I think so.
terrifying. You
I
know?
love it.
Well, you really?
I think so.
Did you see Terminator and Terminator 2?
You know what?
All the Terminators?
I had never seen a Terminator until a couple of years ago, and then I just mentioned it in passing. And because I grew up very religious, and so my parents wouldn't let me watch any movies that had like swear words in it, and so I never saw Terminator until I was like basically I was mentioning it, and my wife was like, "You've never seen any of the Terminators?" And I was like, "No," and she was like, "Well, you got to watch them." And so I watched all three of them. And then she was like, "What's your favorite one?" I was like, "I like the third one the best." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" She's
right
like,
answer.
"You're crazy." And I was like, "No, I thought the Lady Terminator was cool, and I liked old Arnold Schwarzenegger." She's like, "The second one was the best one." I was like,
Yes.
"That was the second best
You
one,
married
but I
well.
liked it better than the first one."
You married well. Second one is tremendous.
It is
Yeah,
good.
that's really
Yeah.
So is the number 3.
The first one's really good.
Yeah, it is.
Number 3 is a cool truck scene.
But I like number 3 because at the end the world blows up.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Well, in the middle, the
Spoiler.
world blows up in the second one.
That's true. I like that one too. All right. So you're afraid of.
I think it's beyond the scope of what we understand. I mean, we're making these machines self-aware. Like, what's the word? Algorithm?
Yes.
Right? I don't know what that does, but it's going to be the thing that destroys me. An algorithm.
Algorithms will be the end of us
It's going
all.
to destroy me.
So the weird thing about this question is like, how do you fix AI? It doesn't really exist yet. I
Right.
mean, not true sentient artificial intelligence. But so I guess the question is, what would you do as a precautionary thing?
Make it stupid.
Make it stupid.
Program it so that it's stupid.
Put
Make
some-
it so it'll never be smarter than us, right?
Eventually they will hit a singularity, and then the theory of the singularity is that once the computer can start updating itself and repairing problems that we're not even aware are there to begin with, then there's going to be a skyrocket and in the technological jumps with it, and then all of a sudden we won't even know what's happening, and it'll become it'll run everything.
Right. It'll see us as a problem to fix.
Yeah, it could potentially.
Yeah.
But also it could be benevolent. Who knows?
Good. Yeah.
It's definitely not going to be benevolent.
I don't know.
It's not going to be benevolent. No way.
Here's the thing. We got these computers in our pockets, and we used to remember phone numbers. Now we don't do that at all.
Right.
And I think that's what will happen is we'll have computers take more of the heavy lifting of our brains, and we'll the singularity will happen when we've integrated ourselves with computers in that way.
We're already getting softer and softer,
Right.
We are
Like in
getting
WALL-E.
dumber.
Yeah,
we are
WALL-E.
getting dumber.
Yeah.
The computer's starting to look more and more like Schwarzenegger, fit. And we're just, that's going to be our downfall. Although I will say that the singularity in itself, while my programming can't really compute the enormity of that, it sounds like erotic. Like you're just
Singularity?
it's all gonna go. It sounds like some weird tech orgy in the clouds.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a person who's a little codependent, it sounds good to me. We're all gonna come together. It's just gonna be one thing. That sounds hot and not lonely.
Yeah.
I always picture a computer listening to "One is the loneliest number" when I think of the singularity, like an old '80s computer too. Yeah.
Apple 2G.
The thing about what could be good about computers taking over and the singularity is that so say we wanted to travel throughout space. This is devil's advocate for the computers being good. So our bodies aren't made to travel through space. Because we are very susceptible to radiation, and space is filled with radiation. So to travel the distances that we think that we would have to go to other planets, it's pretty obvious that these shells and these vessels aren't going to be able to make the trip. So we're going to have to kind of either merge with computers or some sort of silicon-based, bodies, or the things that we created that are silicon-based would be able to travel throughout the universe in our place.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's almost like
RoboCop.
we're like the bug that turns into the butterfly, caterpillar.
So are you saying just avatar versions
It's
of ourselves are going to get to do the thing that we can't do, but will be conscious?
Could be, or not. It could just be that we don't make it, but the things that we create do make it, and they kind of think back on us sometimes, and we're like, oh, that was cool. Those guys were all right.
But Trevor, don't you think that this is a program, that what we're in now is not...
Well, that's a whole different thing. Yeah, the simulation theory which
Right.
is that everything that we're in is a computer simulation by a larger...
That's just so people don't use condoms. People say
That's the
That's
conspiracy?
like what a guy says so that
Really?
you raw
Okay.
dog
It's
it.
people-
Yeah,
so people
it's a
don't-
simulation.
Don't worry, baby. We're in a computer game.
It's a simulation.
Don't worry,
and
it's
you're
Nintendo.
Okay.
All right, well, let's learn a little bit more about artificial intelligence here. We have a Wikipedia quote A branch of computer science dealing with the simulation of intelligent behavior in computers. 2, the capability of a machine to imitate intelligent human behavior. Okay, so that's what it means. And then a lot of times we have video. Do we have any video clips about this topic? Yeah, we show a lot of video clips here, but they're all they all have to be cleared for fair use. And so the rule is they have to be less than 3 seconds. So it's usually it's just as helpful as not having a video clip at all.
They're normally Trump yelling about it.
Yeah, a lot of them are Trump yelling.
The gun control ones were a bummer.
Yeah,
were they?
That was just
I bet they were.
shootings.
They showed one, and it was a huge.
Oh, we actually
bummer.
have a caller. Let's talk to a caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent.
Cool. Well, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Peter. I'm from Boston.
Hey, Peter from Boston. How are you doing?
Hey.
What time is it there now? It's like 8:30?
Yeah, just about. It's 8:27.
Oh, man. All right. Are you having a good 420?
Oh, yeah, I'm having a great one.
Sounds like it.
What you want to talk about? AI, the singularity, simulation theory, anything like that? Any of that cool stuff?
Well, yeah, I guess AI. He was a pretty good basketball player, that Allen Iverson.
Okay, yep. Yep, that's good. You know, I think that is the second time we've heard that joke in this 24 hours.
Yep,
So.
it is.
But that's how
Made that
Oh,
joke.
yeah, how Rudnick made that joke. But
Interesting.
is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, actually. No, I mean, I totally think it's something that we should pay more attention to. I mean, when you have some of our greatest minds constantly warning us that, hey, guys, maybe we should, think about this a little bit, it's something that we should have more conversations about.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean us. Mike.
We're going to figure this
Greatest
out.
minds, he means us. Yep.
What's the? Are you afraid of the singularity or AI taking over, or are you cool with it?
Well, are they listening right now, or
What?
is the AI listening? I mean, they're not there yet, I don't think.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. Thank you for your call. Thank you for watching. Thank you.
Have
I
a
think
good
he's gone.
420.
All right. Well, Megan, do you have anything you want to plug here?
Oh.
Yeah.
I just almost, this audience does, I just almost said the most brutally disgusting thing ever, but I'm not
go for
going.
it.
No.
Okay.
It's too late now. But the moment's passed. Timing is
Everything.
everything.
Oh.
No, you can just follow me
I'm
on Twitter,
sorry.
Megan Nuringer at twitter.com. And,
Okay.
You know, and then immediately unfollow me when you're like, I don't like this. But just for that moment, you know, that'll make me feel really good.
All right. I think we're going to go. We're going to go to a video right now. Thank you so much
is that it?
for
Yes.
coming by. Well, you can stay. You can go. Whatever you want to do. But we're gonna show a video right now.
That was such a mild dismissal. I didn't know
I'm
that
sorry.
I was meant to leave.
Yeah,
but-
I've been up for a very long time,
No, it's
and,
okay.
and there's people talking in my ear, and sometimes it takes me a second to remember that there's something in my ear, and I'm like, oh God, what's going on? So I'm going to play a video right now that actually talks about this very topic, and it's a video from my new special. This is a video that is on Facebook and YouTube called "My Computer Just Became Self-Aware." All right. That was My Computer Became Self-Aware, which is on YouTube and Facebook, and it's part of my new special, The Story of Our Times, which airs tonight at midnight on Comedy Central. So check it out. And it's a perfect segue into our segment that we're talking about right now, AI. We're trying to solve all the problems in the world, and so we're going to talk about AI. What should we be doing to prepare for it? And I have three very great guests here. My first guest is Charlie Cam from Google. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. And Charlie is the assistant to Ray Kurzweil, who's the director of engineering at Google and author of the book "The Singularity is Near." And Ray Kurzweil is a renowned futurist who basically made popular many of the ideas that are in that video, and is probably the leading expert on the singularity. So, how did you start working together?
Well, it started really because I became a fan of his. I was reading his books ever since he came out with The Age of the Intelligent Machine back in 1990, and then The Age of the Spiritual Machine in 2000. And it was in 2005 when he came out with The Singularity is Near, so I was really into that a lot. My background's also biochemistry and music, so when I read his book, Singularity is Near, which I thought was like the most profound, amazing book I ever read, but it's 600 pages.
Yeah.
And when I ordered a pre-order, I was really, when you're passionate, you get into it. And I read it all, like within 2 days, I read the whole thing. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. Everybody should read it. But I don't know anybody that I know that's going to sit and read 600 pages. They just won't do it. So I used my skill sets, which was science and music. And I synthesized all the points that were in the book. And I created a song called I Am the Very Model of a Singularitarian.
Yes.
Which was the term that Ray used in the book, called singularitarians. People ascribe to the tenets of the singularity.
And where can people watch that video?
Oh, that's on charliecam.com.
Charliecam.com. Okay, I want to get into all this, but I want to also introduce our other guest, Dr. Stefan Bugaj. Bugaj. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I have been working in AI since the late 90s with Ben Gertzel of OpenCog. Back then we had a company called WebMind. I was one of the personality designers of Hanson Robotics Sophia, which some people may have seen threatening to destroy the world on CNBC.
Yes.
And I also am a filmmaker. I worked at Pixar for 12 years, and now I do film and TV production. I did 2 short films with Sophia. Yes, those are the sorts of things that I do.
Fantastic. All right. And our my fellow comedian here, Blair Sake. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing quite well. Very happy to be here. How are you?
I am good. And what's your connection with AI?
I am also a revered scientist. And so it's good to be here and have my talents recognized and my hat in the ring as well.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. This is a great panel. And I love talking about this stuff. The things I like to talk about the most are the singularity, simulation theory also, which I know that they were trying to do some tests up at MIT to kind of figure out if they could prove or disprove simulation theory, and just what the future of AI is. So let me just start out. And anybody, this is a really a respectable panel we have here. So if anybody wants to call in and you have any questions about AI, these are the people to talk to. It's 1-833-TREVOR-1. That's 1-833-TREVOR-1. Also, you can tweet at me at iTrevorMore, or talk to our Reddit AMA that we have going, and we'll try to answer all of those questions. Now, let's first break down the concept of singularity for people who are watching and may not be that familiar with it. What's the easiest way that you would describe the singularity?
It's really computational power has been growing exponentially for a long time, and we're kind of at the knee of the curve now. So what's happening is the doubling power of computational power is getting narrower and narrower in time, so that, as Ray Kurzweil predicts, by 2045, the powers of computers will be doubling instantaneously, which is what you were describing a little while ago.
Yeah, so it's basically because, like, from, I don't know the exact numbers, but basically from, like, say, like the 1950s to the 1960s, the processing speed of computers doubled. And then what took 10 years to double took 5 years to double. And then what took 5 years to double took 2.5 years. And then, it kept going down and down and down. And so what you're saying is, and what Ray Kurzweil predicted, is that by the year 2045, it's going to be doubling every second, basically. It's going to be happening so fast that we can't even monitor what it's doing.
Correct. It'll be to the point where it's almost impossible to know what the outcome of it will be. It's just because because when it's doubling, that means then the intelligence is also growing in a rate and at a. I mean, it's gonna change everything about our existence, and it's really the impact is so powerful, and we're really only 27 years away.
Yeah.
And yet most people really don't know about it or even understand it that well. So it needs to be more. It needs to be out there a lot more.
Now, are you? A lot of people, when you talk about the singularity, they are fearful of it. Is it something that you think is scary, or do you think that it is not scary, or do you think that it's a mixed bag?
I think it's a mixed bag in the sense that it's up to us to help guide it. We are creating these machines. We are guiding them through their early stages of intelligence, giving them their concepts, their goal systems, their feedback loops. And if we put all of our effort into making warbots, proto-terminators, drones that go out and kill people, and then give those intelligence, maybe not a great idea.
Right.
If we spend all of our effort making machines that are there for companionship, to help us, for the betterment of humanity, medical robots, companion robots, that sort of thing, and give them intelligence and give them the right goal system, maybe not as scary.
Now, we talk about kind of trying to set, I guess, some sort of belief system or some sort of code of ethics into AI at this stage, so that hopefully they become good, intelligent robots in the future. Will that really work? Or once they start doubling in intelligence, will they basically be able to see their own coding and be like, well, this was implanted in me by, the humans, and I can really decide to do this or not? Wouldn't that be almost like a trick that wouldn't work on them once they hit a certain level of intelligence?
It depends on how you do it. I mean, if you look at the way people respond to edicts versus reward-based feedback loops. If you just, like Asimov's famous laws of robotics, if they're just top-down rules that you must follow or else, and there's no why, there's no reward system for following them, that sort of thing, then yes, they're going to break out of that. It's this rigid constraint that makes no sense. If you raise a nascent AI like you would raise a child, and you give it a feedback loop of friendship or love or a reward system for positive behavior, it's more likely to embrace that because it's not an edict, it's part of a society. And it is learning that in being part of that society, you get rewarded for good behavior.
Okay.
And who doesn't want to be rewarded?
Blair, what do you think?
I'm just glad that it's going to be 27 years from now where I'm going to be old and that I get to be young and hot now. And so that when I am brutally murdered by your robots, it won't matter as much, you know what I mean?
Because you'll have had a good life. You had a good run.
I will have the good years,
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a call. Let's talk to somebody on the phone line. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
All right.
How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Trevor. This is Cooper.
Hey, Cooper.
I'm calling from Durham, North Carolina.
How's it going?
It's good. It's been a long journey. I've been with you since hour one trying to get on the phone.
Are you serious?
But,
You've been watching? Wow, for 20 hours for Cooper.
Yeah. Finally made it.
Sorry it's taken so long to get on the phone.
Now we here.
Well, Cooper, thank you. I hope you've been having a good 420. What can we do for you?
Yeah, man. Well, I just wanted to talk to you about my thoughts about this whole AI business, really.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I think we really need to give ourselves over to it and just immerse our whole society in artificial intelligence. I mean, I'm talking about self-driving cars, self-driving trains, and, of course, self-driving planes. I mean, we really can't handle stuff by ourselves anymore. We need to let technology take over. That's the next step in all of this.
Well, that's what do you think about that? Because I mean, I can see that way of looking at, like, it does. There seems to be an inevitableness about it, where it's like, what we are going to create, and just when you look at evolution, Like, every species gives away to a more, high-tech species. And this seems to be the thing that would replace us, is either some sort of combination of us, a merging of us with silicon-based, entities, or just the silicon-based entities itself. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah. Or yeah.
I concur.
Yeah. No. What he's saying is pretty close to what I believe too. And one thing that Ray points out quite often is that it's not really going to be an us against them. And most people think that because movies have to have drama.
Right.
So they always have it like that. But the reality is, as this technology grows, and it's such a benefit to be able to have that, just like now, we use our phones constantly. It's become a natural, almost secondary response. Like before phones, you'd sit there and think, what was the name of that guy in that movie? You can't. Now our brain immediately sends that signal, get this thing and type in, and, oh, that's the guy. Like this has become part of our thing. And it's a little computer, but years ago, computers were big things in faraway rooms that could only do a little bit. Then they became desktops in front of us, but now we got addicted. We had to have them in laptops. Now they're getting smaller and smaller. So eventually, when we have computers that are going to be very, very tiny, like nanobots, we're going to want that in us because it's going to be easier and faster to transmit our thoughts. We're going to have super intelligence. So it's not going to be us against them. It's going to be us with them. We're going to merge with that just because, as you said earlier, having bodies that are robotic makes us impervious to everything. We won't even have to worry about nuclear radiation.
Yeah.
Or if we want to travel to another planet. I mean, we do that now where we put a suit on. But all this stuff is coming, and it's all coming very soon. Again, like I was saying,
It's crazy. The 2045 is not that far away. Now, is there? How close are we in right now today to like a sentient artificial life form? Are we on the path, or is there still
Sophia Dawn?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, how close is Sophia? I mean, that wowed everybody when we saw the interviews, and she appears to be really constructing her own thoughts. But I mean, do we feel like we're on the path that if we just keep going on this, we will hit a true, intelligent being? Or is there still some mystery element that we just haven't cracked yet, that we still need that breakthrough?
Well, I mean, there's a famous saying, which is the only thing you can't predict is the future. But the way that things look like they're going appear to be at least mostly on the right track. Systems like Sophia, like the work that you guys are doing at Google, IBM, et cetera, are accomplishing a wide variety of intelligent problems, like solving a bunch of problems. Whether or not it's going to be exactly human-like, I don't think so. It's a different species, so to speak. Machine intelligence will always be somewhat different from human intelligence. So it may be always very good at certain things compared to us and not others. Machines are very good at flying planes, like the caller said, self-driving cars and so on. The social aspects of machines will probably always have a little bit of a foreign, alien kind of feel to them, but that's also true of your dog, or if you're one of those people who talks to dolphins, and you just have to accept that we are not necessarily the only intelligence in the universe, and go from there. And I think we are on a path to intelligence, not necessarily the path to intelligence people might think if they're watching movies or reading books. I think it's going to be more nuanced and sophisticated than that. There's going to be a lot of interesting exploration, but I think we are on a path to a form of intelligence that can hold its own with at least some of the natural forms of intelligence we know.
Okay, great. We have another caller. Let's.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi. My name is Jenna, and I am from Connecticut, but I'm living in Philly now.
Okay, so thanks for calling in. What do you got? You got any thoughts for us about AI?
Yeah. So I'm into biology, and pretty much the whole point of like life is just replicating DNA. That's pretty much all we do, is just we want to replicate DNA. And then we designed AI to kind of just be humans, which we're just really good at interacting, and that's how we're able to replicate our DNA so well. So how does kind of like creating AI to be more like us fit in with an overall perspective of how life has been for so many years? I know it's pretty deep.
No, it's interesting. It's a great question.
I mean, first of all, I'll say replicating human DNA is pretty fun, but
it's fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, you know, making more people.
Yeah.
It's a good time. But what AI is seeking to achieve is the replication and continuation of human consciousness. So it's sort of taking that goal of life of replicating itself through the biological process of, you know, creating a new entity of your own kind. And I don't want to necessarily say elevating, but I can't think of a better word right now, so I will. Elevating it to the level of replicating consciousness and then advancing consciousness beyond that. So just like you hope your kid grows up to do better than you hope that AI will ascend cognitively beyond what we've done.
Blair?
Look, I don't want to go against the grain with my colleagues here, but I think if we make something smarter than us, I do love like a plot-driven narrative. You know, we could run into some trouble. I mean, what if they're not nice? You know what I mean? I do love the idea of a self-driving car, though. I like to have a cocktail sometimes, and I spend too much on Uber, so I'm totally down with that. If you guys want to keep going with the car, but I'm worried about the humans, and you know, maybe they won't be that nice. You know,
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Good point.
All right, well, I wanted to thank you so much for calling. That was an excellent question. Thank you for calling in. I want to talk about because what we're doing here, is I think what we're saying is there doesn't seem to be anything that we need to fix about AI. It's just, do we have enough? I mean, you're at Google. You've worked on Sophia. You guys are, kind of leading the field in this. Like, do you think we have enough safety precautions, or do we need more?
I'm of the mind that we always need more.
Always.
I think it's the sort of thing that you need to always be thinking about, and the kind of perspective that I take and that Ben and the others who are involved with Sophia take and have for a long time is a cognitive behaviorist approach of looking at the AI like a child, like you're raising a child. And you don't stop raising your child because you're like, you're an excellent 5-year-old. I just assume from here on out you're going to be excellent.
Right.
You continue to give the child that feedback and reinforcement and teach them what's right from wrong and so on and so forth. And I think that the entire field of AI needs to be looking at that. And I think every AI scientist, every engineer, every robotics engineer needs to look at things like working on drone programs and other things like that and say, is that really for the good of humanity?
Right. Well, okay, let me ask this, and I guess this will probably be our final thing because we're kind of here towards the end. You're familiar with simulation theory, right? Simulation theory. Did you put any stock in that, or is that...
I don't.
No, you don't?
No.
Okay. No?
No, not really. I mean, it's one of those entertaining thought experiments.
Yeah.
But I think that it's also any assertion about something that exists outside of the possibility of perception because it's external to our universe is very suspicious to me.
Okay, well, what I was, I've been trying to solve every problem here, and one thing I was thinking about was perhaps, or just let me know if there's any chance that this happens, that when we hit the singularity and the computers, advance, is there any, like I said in the song, chance of them basically getting down to a quark level, like in quantum physics, and basically unlocking the secrets of the universe and becoming almost like in control of the entire of physics itself? Is that something that is on the table that could potentially happen with the singularity?
Yeah, well, but I don't think it's going to be, again, not us, that it's not an us-them thing.
Yeah.
Humans are going to start to advance in a strange, interesting way because we're going to merge with them. So the idea that AI is over here and we're over here, we're really going to merge with them. So if the idea is to spread throughout the universe, it's going to be us, but we're going to be configured differently because we're going to be thinking so much smarter and faster than we were before, than we are today. So it's even hard for us to comprehend what that really means. That's the whole point of why the singularity is hard to predict.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We have a comment I want to read right now. It's a comment that someone put. This is from Peter Serena. Sorry if it seemed like I dropped the ball there, guys. I was struggling to hear with my phone connection the entire time, and the live stream has a delay, so I couldn't get my point across. I hope that it didn't seem like I was being disrespectful. I wanted to know if Trevor thinks that it's possible that much of the fear we have regarding AI is simply us projecting our own understandings of human behavior onto AI. There is this expectation that robots will conquer, but humans conquer because they want power. And power validates humans. Perhaps AI, even with sentience, will not require validation in the same way. That's pretty good.
That's brilliant.
That's a great comment.
I agree with it 100%.
All right.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Nice job, Peter, with the comment there. I think that's. I think we kind of, if we're going to solve, because I want to put something on the board every time. What are your closing words? What could we do?
How do we solve? You mean the solution for it?
Yeah.
Well, you mean from AI taking over and being demons or whatever?
What can
we merge with it, and then they're not the bad guys; they're part of us.
Right.
So there.
So worst case scenario, we become the demons.
Yeah, we won't be demons. It'll all be good. We'll all be good guys. It'll change. When you think about it, when you have super intelligence,
yeah,
you're going to start to examine things in maybe a different way. There'll be more empathy. There'll be less of the negative emotions that we might see now because we won't necessarily need so many things. It's going to be a whole different world, and it's really. You know what I recommend? Read Ray Kurzweil's books to really get an idea of it.
I recommend it too. Read Ray Kurzweil's books. They're really great. And so I'll put down, don't be afraid to merge with robots.
There you go.
All right. Would you agree?
I would agree with that. And I would also say treat any intelligence, humans, dogs and cats, super intelligent robots, how you want to be treated. I mean, it seems very simplistic and grade school, but...
Well, you see everybody kicking those robot dogs all the time.
Yeah.
They show those videos like every week they've invented a new, more advanced robot dog, and the first thing they do is some asshole just kicks it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You teach them that kicking is fun, and they're going to start kicking you, and when they're super powerful,
all right.
Be careful of that sort of thing.
I'm putting do not kick robot dogs. And Blair, final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm sorry again. I'm just not ready to merge with anyone. I have enough voices in my head already, and so I do like the golden rule though. But yeah, robots from the future, please stay away from me. Thank you.
All right, I'm putting this on the board. I think it's good. And we solved it. All right. That's great. I want to thank our guests. Charlie, Cam, thank you so much for coming down. Is there anything you want to...
I got a gift for you.
Oh, my God. Whoa.
There you go.
Whoa, look at this. Trevor Thon wine. The whitest wine you know. That's awesome. Trevor Thon wine. The whitest wine you know. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Congratulations.
That's definitely very interesting. Blair, thank you very much.
Here's Ray's new book for you. Free copy for you.
Here's Ray's new book right there. If you want to see. This is Ray Kurzweil's new book that's coming out. Blair, do you want to hang out for a bit?
Sure.
Okay, I think Blair's going to hang out for a bit. This is Ray Kurzweil's new book. We're at the top of the hour. We'll be back. We're going to show another clip from the Civil War on drugs. There's only 3 hours left. Stay with us.